My name is Kate,
And my name is Elvia.
and we are the Sajo District representatives.
Yay!
So I teach at Saga Nishi, Saga Kogyo, and Kanzaki High School.
Yes, and I teach at Toskoko, Toshogyo, and Miyaki High School.
So we are high school teachers, and we don't know you yet, but we're very excited that you are coming to Saga. So we ideally would like to do orientation in person, but of course you have to watch online. So if you think of any questions during the presentation, please just write them down, and we are able to be contacted on email or line. So yes, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, even though it's online.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get started. So today we will be talking about teaching senior high school. Yay! So, okay, today we will discuss your expectations, the ALT high school life and the schedule, about team teaching, and then about lesson planning. So first is your expectations. So we know that we would have a discussion usually, but maybe just think about some of these things. Are you preparing for your classes at all? And if so, how? What do you expect class to be like? Have you talked to your JTs? Probably not, so
Don't worry
that's
too
yeah,
much.
don't worry about it. And do you have any experience making lessons? What was that like, maybe in college, or if you did a TOEFL certification? And what problems do you anticipate? So I found it was really helpful to think about these things before we were in the classroom. So maybe if you just think about your expectations, it can help you prepare. Okay. So let's talk about the pros and cons of high school life. Yes. So let's start with the positive, the pros. One, you can chat with the students because they are older, they have a higher level of English, so you can relate to them a little more. Second, all JTEs should have a high level of English. So of course, Japanese teacher of English, you would expect them to speak English, but maybe at elementary school that's not always the case. So high school, they should all speak English fairly well, so you can talk with them. And finally, the students, you can bond with them more because you can talk to them and you can watch them in their journey from Ichinensei all the way to university exams and watch them grow a lot, so it's very rewarding. But some of the negatives, high school is a more intense environment, especially at our academic schools, right?
Yes.
So the students maybe feel more stressed than when they're in elementary and junior high school, so it can be a little more pressure. And at non-academic schools, like we both also teach at technical and commercial schools, they might not prioritize English as much. So if the students are behind or if the schedule changes, your lessons may get cut. And finally, the students are older, so they may have already decided that they don't like English or that they're not good at it.
Also, there's a certain time where some of the students have, mostly at commercial and technical schools, they go through a job interview process. So once they pass that, they're set after high school. So English classes are kind of like, they don't care. So they might act up a little bit and refuse to speak English with you, but you know, just go with the flow.
Yeah, so those are some of the pros and cons. And I didn't write this, but high school, it's a little more kind of professional. Like, so in terms of our dress code, like you might see elementary school ALTs wearing just tracksuit or like a t-shirt, but for high school we do have to wear like, you know, skirt, dress, pants, nice
Cool
pants.
biz kind of thing.
So keep that in mind. Okay, so this is what we will talk about in terms of the high school life. So we'll just go one by one. So to start, the expectations and school schedule. And we love Jack Black.
Yes.
Okay. So here's an overview of the year. So you are probably coming around here. So you've already missed the Sports Day and Culture Festival, but maybe if you stay next year you can see. Then we just had the speech and debate contest actually this past weekend.
Yes.
So that is fun. Then we have midterms coming up. December and January are exams and winter break, so we have the New Year holiday, of course, off. Then March is finals and graduation. April is when the new school year starts in Japan, so maybe the staff will change. Maybe you will change your school, it depends, so keep an eye out for that. Then we have Golden Week holiday, and then July and August is just finals and summer break. So, for the schedule, you may sometimes be a little out of the loop. Sometimes they announce things at morning meetings, so if your Japanese is kind of low level, like mine, you can maybe not hear an update, or people might forget to tell you. So please just be proactive. Ask for the schedule from your supervisor. Usually there should be a yearly, like, master schedule that shows when the exams are, when the breaks are. So if you can have that in advance, it does help for planning. Also, there is a daily and weekly schedule in the staff room. So try to find that right away so you can be proactive and check your schedule yourself, so that you can know what is happening. And just ask for updates, ask. The theme of this presentation is just ask if you have questions, so it is okay.
Ask.
Yes.
Don't be shy to ask. Honestly, I understand, like, maybe it's nerve-wracking to always be asking questions, but it's good to ask questions because you don't want to be the person that just doesn't know.
Yes.
And then it kind of looks bad. So
Yes.
be proactive, ask.
Yeah, it's okay. So, also in terms of your daily schedule, your JTE might ask you to join or change lessons at the last minute. So if it's possible, if you can agree, it is nice to join. I know for me, like, sometimes my third year classes, they'll be, if I'm free, they'll ask if I can just come check some stuff, so it is nice to agree if you can. Also, there will be other notices and announcements in your staff room board. So for example, like for nomikais, like the staff parties, that will be posted on those boards. So do kind of check, and again, if you don't know what something means, it's okay to ask. So don't be afraid to ask questions, and just try to be organized and proactive in terms of your schedule.
As much as you can.
Yes.
Because it can be crazy.
Yes, for sure, and we understand that. But okay, so next is about school events. So we just had Culture Day and Sports Day a little bit ago. So unfortunately, you have missed those this year. But it's just athletic and cultural activities. So you could be asked to participate. So we just go and encourage the students and participate. And then afterward, we do have cleaning time, so just offer to help with that if you can.
Yes, always offer to help with cleaning time. It's a really good chance to bond with students. You can't talk a lot because the kids get in trouble, but you know, if you're cleaning and talking, I think it's fine.
Yes.
But it's a really good chance to bond with the kids.
Mm-hmm. So events like this, and like sometimes they have presentation days, like things like that are a good chance too.
Yeah, you might get to see some new teachers do demo lessons, so definitely join in that. All you have to do is just watch, and they might even come up to you afterwards and ask for feedback. So
yeah, so those are great. Next is about exam season, and we love Mr. Bean. So you can expect, especially in high school, sometimes they need time to prepare for the exam or catch up on like grammar and stuff. So maybe the week before, and of course the week of exams, you won't have class. So you will have much more time to sit at your desk.
yes.
If they are doing a listening portion for the English test, you might be asked to record some of that. So that definitely happens for me, where like maybe the week before the test, they'll give me a script and just ask to record. So you might be asked to do that. And you'll have time at your desk. So what you can do is plan for future lessons, and if you have an English club, we'll talk more about that, but you can plan for that. Study Japanese, and of course, during exam time, your JTEs are very busy, so please offer to help. Sometimes they'll just say, no, it's okay, but you know, if there's anything that you can help them with, it is very helpful.
Usually they might have like essays that happened like a month ago that still need marking. So you can definitely do that, help them out with that. Yeah, and just plan for future things, or even just write down ideas for future classes that you can bring up to your JTs later.
Yes. So it's a good chance to kind of catch up and get ahead on things during exam season. Next, we just had speech and debate contest, so yes. So the speech contest, you usually have practice after school, so technically you aren't compensated for that time, but it's really great to help your students and just help them practice. Like, that's your main job as the native speaker, so if you do stay for speech and debate contest next year, it's really good to help with that.
If you can't help out after school, if you have an appointment or something, that's okay. But do try to help them out because they're nervous and they just want to practice.
Yes.
So.
Yes. So you'll just check the written speeches as they're writing them. For debate, their arguments and logic, of course the grammar, and then pronunciation. So as they're preparing, help with that. So yeah, just help them and listen to them, give feedback as best you can. And this year, because of Corona, we couldn't actually attend the speech contest, so it was too bad, but hopefully in future years, if you can attend in person, the students really love to see you there and they feel really encouraged by your attendance, so it's really nice if you can go. We both went last year.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was, I love speech competition
Yes.
season, so I really enjoy going.
Yeah, so that's what this is about. Next is about grading papers.
Oh no.